Hello, everyone. This is Richard Cespedes. I want to talk about Umbrakinesis and there's some of the things that are very particular about it. If you guys see my videos, I did the first one was when I was able to pull the sideways shadow with my fingers touching the shadow and all that. I thought that was very intriguing, and I had some luck pulling it to the right, but of course I need to practice with it more. And you also saw me moving the shadow um, while I was reading a story. And I think that um, it's a very it's a very special type of ability that I think that everybody should try to kind of learn. Having to just do it to a side wheel, that's just like enough right there, you know. Um, Having to move anything through its shadow is just a very special thing, and you can do it to a side wheel. I mean, if you have some luck with the side wheel, I recommend working with the side wheel shadow, you know. And of course, like in my other tutorial, I often talk about how to do that in my old tutorial, and it's pretty self-explanatory. What it is that you have to get used to the side wheel itself, and you have to understand the side wheel physically first. And then when you get more better at being able to move it, like I said, you know, you move your hands up close and moving it further away. Watch my videos, all my side wheel tutorial videos. They're all there. And what it is that when you're able to move it and you believe that you're moving it and you're doing it and you're achieving it, then you could move on to maybe casting its shadow using a light, like how I did, propping a light up with a flashlight or something and getting a shadow, and then believing that the shadow is the physical body of the side wheel itself, you know. And with that, you create a connection through the shadow, through the space, into the side wheel. So they become one thing that becomes affected by your thoughts and your intentions. By practicing the techniques that you read from my channel, that you listen from my channel, my YouTube channel, watch the videos. They're all there. I have a playlist of a few of them too. And using your hand and your heat to let it follow and everything. Just working up close, believing in emotion, following the subtleties of the motion, and believing in it, let it guide you. And the thing is, though, is that can also lead to being able to roll a can shadow too. You know, I'm working on that too, and but that's also a very cool thing. Is that it's very similar also to imagokinesis. I mean, not umbra. Imagokinesis is the ability to move an object's reflection in the mirror. And I've already that's something that I created. That Trevor Seven and I kind of collaborated on the we collaborated in the on the on the name. We both kind of worked on the name to make it to where we can work on. And so I came up with this. I think it's a Greek name or a Roman Latin name, imago meaning reflection. Like in back then, they didn't have a lot of mirrors, but they used metals. They polished metals, but they would look inside uh, at the top of the water, and that's a reflection. And imago is kind of like virtual reality is reflection. You know, that's what virtual means. But the thing is, though, it's very similar to that. Imago and Umbra are both kind of like Imago is a cousin of Umbrakinesis, the shadows. So like that's the thing is that you can work with both of them, and they're both fascinating. And this is the thing about it is that with Umbrakinesis, the goal and Imagokinesis, the goal is to be able to move the object's shadow without affecting the object. And the goal of Imago is to move the reflection of the object without affecting the physical object casting that reflection. The same thing with umbrakinesis. To move the object's shadow without affecting the object that's casting the shadow. That is very fascinating. That is very something else. That is very, very cool. And to be able to do something like that, that'll be very cool for us to be able to do that. And that is also very possible. I believe that to be very, very, very possible for us to do. And it's just a very fascinating time to be in because if you can move like the way I did in my videos, my Umbrakinesis videos, the recent ones I uploaded in my video playlist, you can look at them. You can see that I'm moving the side wheel shadow with my hand, just pawing at the shadow. And you guys can do this too. And the thing is, though, is that the side wheel is a foundation. If you can do other variations, if you can move the object, if you can move the side wheel in other styles, in other variation ways, that's very inspiring. To move it through its shadow, you could probably cast a shadow against the wall and paw at the shadow against the wall while the side wheel's over here 6 feet away, or the reflection on a mirror. It's like that's very fascinating, and that's very impressive too. And especially when you get a good momentum and you're able to call it out. I'm going to move it to the right. I'm going to move it to the left. Moving the shadow to the left and moving the shadow to the right. And the reflection, the mirror, imagokinesis. I'm moving to the left, move to the right. Even though the reflection of the side wheel is 6 feet away. So it's very fascinating. That's the thing, is that you shouldn't put down these things, because this is the foundation. Side wheels are the foundation. And once you get better with it, you can do it under containers. I'm getting better with under containers too. And I'm also getting better with cans and things like that. I'm getting more consistent. I know I have videos in the past about live streams of me rolling a can. That's when I was in a good place. I still in a good place, but I wasn't consistent. Those times when I did it, I was only able to do it that time. Now I'm working on making it consistent. That's the difference. Reason why you have me uploading the videos of the cans. But I want to be consistent. That's the thing, is that Umbrakinesis is basically the same energy source as the physical body of the object, of the side wheel. And just to be able to move an object through its shadow, that's just enough. That's enough. You're elevating. You're getting better. You have to be proud. You have to be proud in order to get better, move on to other abilities. And to move the object's reflection, imagokinesis, you have to be proud of that. You have to be proud in order to progress. You know, and to talk about the shadow, the umbrakinesis is a very cool thing, because you always think about there's not a lot of things on pop culture. Some cartoons, some animes, they have shadows, things like that. Some characters have umbrakinesis. A lot of villains have umbrakinesis. A lot of villains are dark, and they control shadows and things like that. I've seen a lot of them in the past 80s and 90s and 2000s. But umbrakinesis is a very fascinating thing. And then it could lead you to being able to manipulate the shadow without affecting the physical thing. That's the thing. So it's a very mysterious, cool kind of like, um, stylish thing to practice umbrakinesis. A lot of mystery to it. Recording yourself, performing it in front of friends and family in Halloween, and doing it, moving the object's shadow, and making it more creepy and more ambient and more fun. The umbrakinesis is something that's very fascinating thing to work on, and you should be very, very proud of being able to move it if you can, which I know you guys can. If I can do it, you can do it. Work with it real close. Work with the shadow. Work with the side wheel and the table right here on the side wheel, like this, and have your hand kind of moving it close to and then over time you're moving the shadow like this, touching the table. The table's right here, and you're touching it while the side wheel's moving like this. The side wheel's here. And over time, you move further away. And then you get better at it. And you're able to do further away. It's a beautiful thing. So work with the side wheel, master it, and then move on to moving the shadow and the reflection on the mirror. The side wheel's here and the mirror's there. Move on, move with reflection. That's imagokinesis. That's what I invented. And Trevor helped me with the name. So that's the thing, is that be proud. And work and stay. Watch my videos and learn. Be patient. Don't rush. You'll find your epiphany, you'll find your breakthrough, just like I did. I found my breakthrough. And that's why I was able to do these things, moving the object, it's on a bowl, glass bowl, moving the side wheel on it. That's a breakthrough for me too. So thank you guys, God bless, and have a good weekend. Thank you.